What do we have behind us? Yes, a Range Rover Classic, but not just any Range Rover Classic. This is going to be built for one of top 5 English gun makers. Here we have the basics, it's the bare bones. This is the skeleton vehicle for us to do all of the lovely enhancement that's going to complement Rigby Editions and Squire once this vehicle is complete. I don't know if you can see in the back there we have Zander's Range Rover Classic, which is almost the Rigby blue that we're going for. The Rigby blue slightly darker, more lust to it. But we'll go over and speak to Zander in a minute about his vehicle. But as we've said, this is the bare bones. I'm sure we're going to cover or uncover a few anomalies as we strip this vehicle down. We will be documenting it throughout the workshop process, so stay tuned for more to come. You may be wondering what sort of enhancements we're going to do to this vehicle, and as this rendering may suggest, dark blue, gold pinstripe, canvas inside, as well as the leather hides that match the guns. There's going to be a beautiful wooden draw system in the back, and there is talks of a Rigby gun that will go with this vehicle as well. Those are just a few details, and as we go through the build, we will then reveal more. For all of you that don't know, Rigby guns are an iconic British gun maker that sit in the top 5. Holland, Purdy, Wesley Richards and Boss. They are prolific in the English gun trade. Casting myself back many years ago, I decided to call Mark Newton to see whether we wanted to go on a journey together to build a Defender 130. Now that vehicle was destined for a client, but in the end it went into the hands of one of the owners. And now here we are, we're looking at a Range Rover Classic, which is going to be the most iconic vehicle that we have ever built, one of one, for the 250-year anniversary of Rigby guns. I'm sure it's going to be difficult to imagine what this absolute beauty is going to be looking like once it's all complete, but just to give you a little glimmer, let's go over and have a look at this Range Rover we've got behind us, which is owned by Zander, one of our clients, one of our original clients that's been with us from day one. Come on then, Zander, I'm going to be eating a little bit of humble pie here because I know you've been trying to get me to do a Range Rover Classic for some time.
I know, and finally, it's all thanks to Mark at Rigby.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Not so much you.
Yeah, like, is it like that, a bit forced hand? Yeah, I've got to
finally,
go do it,
I've been on the phone to Mark.
Yeah, come on, just make him do it, just make him do it.
As you said, a little bit of a glimpse of what something it might start to look like. I mean, this is going to be nothing, you know, the Rigby version is going to be way better than this. Yeah,
but it's nice to give our audience a little bit of an insight on what you're, because I was with you when you bought it.
You were. We went to look at this car together. You thought I was mad, mainly because
I still do.
You don't fit in it. This was a Japanese import. It's a very low mileage example, Japanese import in the Plymouth Blue, which I guess is not far off Rigby, but you know, the Rigby's going to have a deeper luster. It's, you know, it's a different blue, but you know, it'll give your viewers an idea of what it might look like in blue eventually. I
think, you know, and I'm going to speak for myself, obviously, but the reason I've decided to now go on this journey is because of what it's going to deliver.
Yep.
The reason I didn't want to go on this journey is Range Rovers are inherently problematic, and one would say are so as Defenders.
They are. I mean, I think, and that's why, I mean, they're rarer as well.
They are rarer.
There's a reason for that. There aren't as many surviving as there are in Defenders.
Yeah.
I think people fell out of love a little bit with this car, and it's only been in the last sort of 5-10 years that people are starting to reappreciate what these cars are. The looks, they're surprisingly small, so they're actually a very usable car.
Are you used to saying that?
Surprisingly small.
Draw systems, Zander. I know we put this in there just for you to get through the season.
We did. I mean, this is a stopgap to get through the last season. Eventually this will have a wooden draw system.
Oh, delightful wooden draw system.
So this is just very, just got enough drink to get one through.
Oh, okay, just to get one through, yeah. We're now back in the workshop, and I have to say this car really does drive beautifully. 150,000 miles it certainly doesn't feel like it. My only bugbear with it is the head constraints inside, but I'm sure the workshop can do something about that. When we initially purchased this car, obviously there's many different factors that have got to be considered. Mainly originality. That is key for this build, because wherever it goes, whether it be Dubai, whether it be America or any other country, originality is absolutely vital in order for it to get into the country in its first place. I wasn't so concerned about some of these Barry spec options that they'd put on the car. K&N air filter, you've got Rockford Frostgate, twin subs in the back. Now, when I was 17 years old, that was cool. Now, in a Range Rover Classic, probably not so much. Some place to store your oil. You know, the fundamentals are correct. The engine will be removed when it gets in the workshop. Prior to that, there will be a cylinder leakage and a compression check, just to ensure that the basis is correct, but it will be rebuilt and glamorized to make it look that bit. By the looks of it, this vehicle has come from somewhere in the UAE. Take into consideration this car is going to be rebuilt. There's many parts that have got to be overseen in respect of some of the surface rust that you'll see underneath the bonnet. But as we've said many times in this video, I'd like to add, for all of you people watching this video, a wealth of knowledge in the Range Rover world. Give us some feedback. What would you be looking for if you were buying this car? And if there are any enhancements that you feel that would be beneficial to the car, let us know, because you know, it's not something that we do on a daily basis, and it's something that we want to do in the future, potentially, if Zander's got anything to do with it. A nice solid inner wheel arch, and both inner wheel arches as well as boot floor are the main areas that you want to address. Now, just look at that chassis. There is not an ounce of welding that I can see from here with the body on, but it is in remarkable condition, and that probably suggests that it has come from the UAE, from a nice dry climate, unlike the UK. It's all going to be refurbished anyway. Slight weep from the rear axle. There's a front weep from the front axle. For a 30+ year old car, it's a solid base and will be an impeccable car once it's complete. Front sphere's leaking, that's on both of them, but there is nothing at all to be concerned about this. It's all remedial works. A lot of it's going to be stripped down, rebuilt, refurbished. So I would say a definite 8 out of 10 for me. Top quiz. What on earth is that? I have no idea, never seen one of those before. Comment section below. What have we got there? Give it a go. Oh, there's life in the old girl. This is why we don't want to do a Range Rover project. Oh. As you saw, there was some trouble starting it, a little bit tongue-in-cheek with Zander there, because I know he's been desperate for us to do a Range Rover, but now, thanks to Rigby Editions, we're going to go on this journey. Stay tuned for further progress on this build. It will be coming in the workshop in the next few weeks. Feedback, always welcome, specifically on the Range Rover Classic topic. Likes, comments, and all that wonderful goodness, very welcome. Whack on that notification button. See you on the next video.